Previously on Yates American B244. This spot right here is where the original linkage was that went up to the fan gear. So that must have failed at some point and they just ground it off. Wear right here from the gear rubbing on this linkage. The entire transmission frame was wobbling around on this elongated hole. I'm going to try to remanufacture this transmission frame. One plate is bent a little bit and we're going to heat this one plate up to about 1250 degrees and then put it in a press and flatten it and put that the little jog that you see here in it. Okay, we're over at my friend Dick Yates. My part that I want to bend for the transmission frame is in that oven, and we're going to transfer it over to this press and we're going to squash it between those two plates to create the offset. Here we go. Okay, set it down and close it.
Oh yeah, I should definitely.
And there's the part hot off the press. You can see the jog in the part. Next step is to bore the two holes. I need to get these needle bearings out of here. There's one. And I want the other one. I want to use this stud as it was originally intended to, so I'm going to drill this and use an extractor. Alright. Now that I got that stud out of there, the threads are obviously messed up, so it's been worked on before. To make the way for the new plates, I need to cut off the old. Well, my original intent in cutting off these plates was to chuck this up in a lathe and turn the rest of this plate off. But I decided to try cutting the welds with a cutoff wheel, and I guess the weld was not penetrating real well. It didn't take much to cut through it and pop off the plate. So this will be real easy to clean up now. So I figured out that the original wear pattern on the plate and the shaft was the plate was wearing into the groove of the shaft. So that's a relief groove for the grinding operation. I've made a special washer to fit at the top of the shaft, and so now the main plate will not be able to wear down into that relief groove of the shaft. I don't know if I'm going to get this hot enough to bend the way I want it to, but I'm going to try. So I'm back over at my friend Dick Yates' place, and I'm boring out the holes on these side plates for the transmission frame. Do a little test fit. I'll finish it out with a bottoming tap now. Before I weld those plates onto this HUD, I decided to add a bolt to this control linkage to give it a little more purchase on the threads. I'm going to put an additional set screw in this hub from the opposite side, and to get the angle of the drill I just put a threaded rod in the chuck and into the set screw hole and then adjusted the table to match. I meant to get some footage of doing a test assembly before I got all this primer on, but here we go now. Pinion has to go in first. And then this is that extra washer I was talking about.